Okay, I'm on the book of Esther. You're probably wondering why I have the Xerxes guy from the 300 up here. That's because the Ahasuerus, I could probably mispronouncing his name, but in the Bible his name is Ahasuerus. Okay, but that's just the Hebrew translation of Xerxes. Okay, it's the same guy. The book of Esther is about the same guy. Okay, and it's the 300, the same Persian king, same exact one. But in the Bible, his name is Ahasuerus, but it's Xerxes. And if you read the book of Nehemiah and the book of Esther, his dad was there. That's Artaxerxes. Okay, that was his father. Okay, he was the one that let the Israelites go. Okay, now this guy, the Persian king. Okay, the battle of the 300 was something that really happened. Okay, this is like a little bit after that. I'm not kidding. Okay, so if you the book of Esther, this is a little bit after that battle with the 300 guys. Okay, so this guy, he's mad at this point because he's losing to the Greeks. Okay, he's losing. This Persian king is losing to the Greeks. He's about to be taken over by the Greeks. So in the book of Esther, this is a little bit after that 300 battle. It's called the Battle of Thermopylae. I can't say it. It starts with a TH. The Battle of the 300 is known as the Battle of Thermopylae. It's so hard to pronounce. Okay, so Ahasuerus is King Xerxes. Okay, so what happens is I'm just gonna say his name is Xerxes. In the Bible, his name is Ahasuerus. It's the same guy. So he's in his kingdom. They're having a big party. Okay, they're having a big party. Before I get into the story of Esther, I need to bring up the movie 300 again and Xerxes. Same guy, same king in the book of Esther. Okay, but I'm gonna bring up the in the 300. You know how Xerxes goes in that bath. He goes into the desert and does this weird witch rule. He's basically selling his soul to the devil. But anyway, he's also representing the Prince of Persia, which is super demonic. Okay, this whole bath scene is all about being reborn into he's selling his soul to the devil. Okay, it's a real thing. Okay, the Prince of Persia is talks about later in the Bible. Okay, but it's a evil principality. God, these kings were supposed to be representatives of a demon. Like the Egyptian kings were supposed to represent a demon. The Persian kings were supposed to represent a demon. They were getting, I'm not kidding, they had principalities. There's demons. These are high up demons. These are not little demons that run around your room, okay? These are principalities. These are the big demons that have rulership, dominion over certain whole countries, okay? These are high up demons. High up demons, okay? That's what this whole scene was about in the 300, okay? Of course, it looks cool and they make you want to think like it's cool. It's super demonic. Super demonic. I'm not trying to glorify this Xerxes, guys. I'm trying to get you guys to think that these things are real. Okay, this stuff was really happening. It's not just mythology, okay? And it's still happening. It's just modernized now. Same tricks. Okay, anyway. So I wanted to bring that up. Okay, and that's who Jesus is. Like, Xerxes was supposed to represent the Prince of Persia, the Persian demonic entity, the god, false god, okay? Jesus is a representative of Yahweh. Do you guys get that correlation here? Jesus was a representative of Yahweh. The main God, the true God, okay? You guys, all these principalities, they fell after the Tower of Babel. That's why all this stuff, the Tower of Babel is so important. That all of these, before they became demons, these were higher up entities that ruled over certain areas. God gave them dominion over certain areas, but they fell and they still had to, and then all these wars started happening, okay? They had dominion over certain areas because they used to be like deities. Like, they're demons, they're not God, okay? But they used to be like demigods, okay? The word demon means demigod. It just means lesser god, okay? So the Persian king was represent Persia, which is a demon, a certain type of demon, and Jesus was supposed to represent Yahweh. Okay. Anyway, I want to bring that up. So in the Bible, in the book of Esther, I'm going to call him Xerxes for understanding's sake. His name is Ahasuerus. It's just the Hebrew translation of Xerxes. Okay. So Xerxes and his wife and his friends are all having a big party. Okay. And Vashti, his wife, it's the same chick in the movie, okay? Vashti, she is the granddaughter of Nebuchadnezzar, okay? It doesn't tell you that in here, but if you look into history, Vashti was, because the Persians took over the Babylonians, and I don't know what happened, but Vashti, I guess, was sold into slavery to the Persian king, okay? I'm guessing that's what happened. But she was the granddaughter of Nebuchadnezzar, which that guy is later in the Bible as well. Super evil guy. Nebuchadnezzar, are you kidding me? The king of Babylon? Oh no. Pure evil. All right. But, so this is like the most evil couple in the Bible, probably, in my opinion. Other than maybe Ahaz and what's his name, and Jezebel. Ahab and Jezebel were the second most evil couple, okay? But these two, they're like an evil couple, but they're not. She's not really mentioned that much more in the Bible, okay? What happens is, he brings in his new wife, or his wife, Vashti, to show off to his friends, basically, saying, "Oh, look how hot my wife is," and she refuses to come out. She's like, "I don't want to talk. I'm done. I don't want to do this." Okay, so she refuses to come out to show herself off in front of him and all his friends. Okay, so that's what happens. So he gets mad. Xerxes gets mad and basically tries to have like a new wife, okay? And so he has a beauty contest, okay? He has a beauty contest. I'm trying to think of the word. He has a beauty contest. Okay, so he has an announcement. He wants to bring all the most beautiful women in the land to have a beauty contest. So Mordecai hears that. He's just a Jewish guy who's working at the gate. He used to just open the gate doors for people. Okay, Mordecai hears that there's a big beauty contest, basically, and he asks Esther, his cousin, to join the beauty contest. Okay, because she's very pretty. Very beautiful. Okay. So she wins the beauty contest or whatever, and King Ahasuerus / Xerxes marries her. Okay. So she becomes queen. Okay. So Esther is the queen of the queen of Persia right now. Okay. She's a queen of Persia now with Xerxes, and Mordecai gets promoted. Okay. He gets promoted, and what happens is there's this evil guy named Haman. If you watch my Amalekite video, okay, it talks more about Haman and his bloodline and what happened when Saul didn't kill the Amalekites. It made an evil bloodline, a continuation of an evil bloodline. Okay, Haman's right here. See, he's right there. Haman was really evil, and it has a lot to do with Nazis and like Hitler and stuff like that. And he was the first Hitler. It's a type of spirit, okay, that continued on. So Haman comes, and this is what happens. Haman convinces Xerxes to make a law, to make it the law of the country, the law of the land, to kill all the Jews. Okay? He makes it a law to kill all the Jews. Just like who else? Who was the next person who did that? He was the first person to do that. Guess who the next person was to do that? Yep, Hitler was the next person to do that. If you read that book, I haven't read that book, okay? But I understand what's going on. it's a domino effect, because Saul didn't kill the Amalekites like he was supposed to. Okay, it made a domino effect of evil. Okay, and no, I'm not kidding. Hitler and Haman were blood related. That's not a coincidence. Like, literally thousands of years later, this domino effect was still happening. You think God didn't know that? He knew that. He can. I have news for you. God can see the future. Okay, the devil can too a little bit, but God knew. That's why he tried to stop it way ahead of time. But nobody listened to him. Okay, there's so much meaning in that and lessons about that. This is what happens when you don't listen to God. It has far-reaching consequences. Far-reaching consequences when he tells you to do something and you don't do it. Alright, Haman and Hitler were the same guy. Basically, the same guy. Haman he convinced Xerxes to pass a law saying all Jews should be killed. They're going to go out into the lands because they're all spread out. They're all spread out over Persia and different lands. He made it. They were going to kill every single Jew. Every single Jew. That was the law. So, before I tell you what happens with the Jew law, Haman also built Gallows. I think it was 70 cubits high because it was built on the wall. He built the gallows to hang Mordecai. Okay, this is before crucifixion. They invented crucifixion later, but this is how they used to hang people. And hanging usually is now by the neck, but now before all that, they used to hang people like this on the gallows. Okay, but this got too bloody, and crucifixion got too bloody later, so they just started hanging people by the neck because it was cleaner. But this is the same thing. They're still hanging. You guys get that connection? They're still hanging. Okay, so Haman built the gallows to hang Mordecai. Okay, because he hated him. He wouldn't bow to him. So Haman got mad and built gallows to hang Haman. All right. But the night before all of this was going to happen, Xerxes was reminded of a prior story how Mordecai had saved Xerxes. He warned Xerxes about these evil men, about these men going to try to kill him. And Xerxes says, oh, thank you for, and he told Esther, Mordecai told Esther, and Esther told Xerxes that these guys are trying to kill you. And Xerxes was like, thank you for warning me, right? But he never rewarded Mordecai. He forgot to never reward him. So that night, he remembered that story, and it's like, oh man, I forgot to reward Mordecai from reminding me a long time ago about these guys who were going to try to kill me. So, and then also the next day, okay, Esther begged Xerxes to reverse the law because Xerxes didn't know that Esther and Mordecai were Jewish. They were hiding that. Then she revealed to Xerxes that she was Jewish and Mordecai was Jewish. Okay? So Xerxes took back the law to kill the Jews. And not only that, Esther, this is a prediction, you guys. Oh, watch my Amalekite video. It talks more about this. When he talks about hanging Haman and his sons and his next sons, he's talking about how the Nazis were hanged. Go watch my Amalekite video to get more into that. But what happened was that Esther asked Xerxes to punish Haman instead of Mordecai because he was the one that set it up that way and he, you know what I mean? So Xerxes said okay. So instead of Mordecai being hanged, it was Haman being hanged on the gallows he built for Mordecai. And there's so much meaning in that. Sometimes the devil makes a trap for you and it ends up being a trap for him. Do you understand what I'm saying? You had to turn it around on him. Right? That happens all the time. The devil makes traps for you, but you end up waking up because of those traps and you start believing in Jesus, and that ends up being a trap for the devil. Right? He built a trap for you, turn around on him and build a trap for him, okay? That's what this whole, like, hanging reversal thing was about. So then the law was the law was reversed, and all the Jews started celebrating, and there was a big party. Even a bunch of normal people became Jewish that day, okay? Because they were just like, they wanted to be part of it, I guess. So do you understand that meaning? The devil had a plan to kill all the Jews because the covenant was the Jews and Israel had to still be a nation. Jerusalem and Israel always had to be a nation for the covenant to stick until the end of time. And that's why there's still Jews in Israel, right? That's why Hitler happened. The devil was trying to break the covenant. That he thought if he can get rid of that one part, the rest of it will fall apart. Okay, that's why the devil made this kind of stuff towards the Jews, okay? Same kind of hate. So that's all plan of the devil to break the covenants, to break the covenant seals, okay? I'm gonna and the 10 sons of Haman. I'm gonna bring it up real fast. I'm gonna put the links on this for my Amalekite video, okay? But it talks about how Esther says, first of all, Haman's sons were already killed. But then it says it again, like, if tomorrow I want the 10 sons of Haman hanged tomorrow. But they were already dead, so everyone was, like, confused reading the Bible. He meant the Nazis being hung. If you go into history, the 10 main Nazis that got convicted, they were hung. 10 of them. And it says in here 10 sons of Haman. That's what it means. And then it says it again. Haman didn't have 20 sons, much less does he did not have 30 sons. So what does it mean about the fathers of Haman? The fathers and sons of Haman at the third time, he's talking about the demons, the spirits behind all this. In the end of time, those demons and spirits will be bound. That started all this stuff. Do you guys get that reference? It was Haman and his real sons, and then it was Haman's descendants, so the Nazis, and at the end of time, it's going to be the actual evil entities responsible for all this. That will, at the end of time, God is going to put in the lake of fire and hang them. He's going to bound them up. Do you guys get that 3 references? Okay? That's what all that we've read the last book of Esther. It gets really confusing because it keeps talking about the sons of Haman a bunch of times. You're like, how many times did they die? They already died. That's what it's talking about. It was a prediction. I'm gonna put the links for my Amalekite video. Watch them about the Nazis. The other ones are about shapeshifters. Okay. Anyway, but I'm gonna put them link on the sides. Just think about this, guys. I'm gonna try to do another books of the Bible soon. All right. So I love how the devil's plans ended up being a plan for him to get caught up. He tried to kill the Jews and he only made more Jews, right? All right. It's like a real game of chess between God and the devil. A real game of chess with real knights and real kings to win. Your soul, okay? I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, thank you. Since we're talking about Hollywood, I want to tell you this character on Game of Thrones. I used to watch Game of Thrones. It's over anyway, but this character, Littlefinger, is based off of Haman. I'm not kidding. It's the same character. All the devil does, all Hollywood does is rip off stories from the Bible, and they make it into movies, and they twist it around. Okay, they twist it around so the good guy's always the real bad guy at the end. But what if you guys have seen Game of Thrones? I'm not telling you to watch Game of Thrones. Don't watch it. Read the Bible. Who cares? I'm just telling you that all these Hollywood stories just rip off of the Bible, and the devil just twists it so the bad guy's a good guy. Okay, but if you watch Game of Thrones, what happens to Littlefinger? It's so funny because Littlefinger is supposed to be the part of the little horn of the Bible story. It's so, oh man, you guys need to believe in Jesus. All those movies are about the devil. All those movies and shows are about the devil, and you guys, it's like so obvious now. I see it and it's so obvious, but Haman is Littlefinger in the Game of Thrones. He was running around acting like the good guy, but he was actually just trying to stab everyone in the back. That's what he was doing. Get it? Stab in the back. Haman was hung on the back. Okay. Oh man. But Haman, what happened with Littlefinger? If you've seen Game of Thrones, what happens at the end? How did he die? Remember, he had a setup going that he was gonna get the sisters against each other and he was gonna win, but he was the one that was actually getting in trouble and he was the one that actually died. That's exactly what happened to Haman, right? Same archetype, same storyline. Okay, Littlefinger is Haman in the Bible. I'm not kidding. It's all twisted around, but it's the same character. All right, Littlefinger is Haman in the Bible. Same character, same archetype. All right, just I wanted to add that in there. All right.